Hi everyone and welcome back. Hopefully you've checked out the other videos because I'm talking about a 4-part cycle which gets us into our flow states, which we're going to talk about today and what flow looks like. Okay. Now the great news about flow is it's really efficient. Okay. You can be up to 500%, 5 times more efficient, productive, creative, thoughtful, insightful when you get this stuff going on. Yet you have to think about the struggle release before you get here. You can't just jump straight in. That's cheating. And that's why people take drugs. They try and get it at a click of a switch. Okay. So the flow state is really productive. About 11% of us can actually achieve these flow states regularly. But if you use this cycle, then you're increasing your odds of getting into that flow state. And for me, one of my dearest kind of flow states was where I was snowboarding. Now I learned to snowboard in Scotland. Now if you know Scottish winter conditions, they are quite tough. So my early snowboarding exploits were icy and rocky, okay? And just getting up the lifts was quite hard, the button lifts. And I remember one day I got to the top and I'd been through this phase of real struggle. And then we got to the top, we actually took all the snowboard off and stuff like that. We went for a walk across the top of the plateau and it was absolutely beautiful. It was a clear day. So we kind of released that. And then from the top, literally, it was that flow state of that carving that white powder. And I even remember shouting out loud as I was doing it. I shouted something to myself, which I won't repeat. But it was a good thing because I recognized it was in that state of flow. Okay, time dilates in terms of it speeds up, or beautifully for that moment for me, it really slowed down. And it's a memory that's anchored in your experience because your brain wants more of it, your body wants more of it. You release those chemicals, the neurochemistry, and that's quite special in its own right. The body remembers that and thinks, well, how can I get more of that? So a great way when you achieve these periods of peak performance and optimal performance is remember them, replay them, think about them. Even going to bed, just go over that moment again and think about how wonderful it was. And for me, the snowboarding moment, it doesn't have to be extreme sports. It can be a spreadsheet or a presentation or a tricky email or a brainstorming session. But that was over 20 years ago for me now, and it's still etched in my memory because I know I want more of that. So that is flow. We've got struggle, we've got release, we've got flow. There's one really important part, the next part of the cycle, to get you back into flow, which I'll talk about in a later video.